Alright, so for lesson 18, this is the lesson 18 problem set. We've got a couple of different things that we're really introducing. So it says to use the arrowway and counting on to solve. And so just like in the lesson today, we're going to actually try and use some addition to solve this subtraction problem. So I'm basically trying to figure out the difference, or how much it takes to get from 247 to 300. So I've taken what's called the minuend. The mathematical term is minuend for this smaller number in a subtraction problem. And I've written it down here, and we're gonna see what it takes to get to 300. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this to a nice easy number to add to. So I'm just gonna go plus 3 because that'll get me to the next 10. This is 250 now. Then I need to get to 300, and so I know that if I've got 50, I need 50 more to get to the next 100. So plus 50 equals 300, and so I got to 300. Now, when we do it this way, we have to figure out how much it took to get to 300, and so we take a look right here and right here, and we have a 50 and a 3, and we know that those together are 53. And so when we see 300 minus 247, we know that the answer is 53. Sorry for that brief slip up. Even teachers make mistakes. Look at that. Alright, now this is going to be more of the traditional arrow way, and we're going to break up our minuend into hundreds, tens, and ones and just subtract. So this is going to look a little bit different. So I have 465, right? So I'm just going to go like this, and I've got 460 and 5. So I'm going to go ahead and subtract my hundreds first. So we've got 600 minus 400 equals 200. 200 minus 60 equals 140. 140 minus 5 equals 135. Now, because I was subtracting here, here, and here instead of adding, my answer is actually right there. And so let's take a look back at this problem just real quick, and you'll notice that when we take the smaller number, or the minuend, and we add, we have to also take these and add them together in order to get our answer. But when we come over here and we are subtracting from the subtrahend, which is the larger number, and we're just doing more traditional subtraction, our answer is just waiting for us over here. Alright, so we're going to move on to 2a, and it says to solve vertically and draw chips on a place value chart. And so this is more like what we've been doing in class lately. So I'm just going to take this and unbundle it, because I know that if I have a 0 in the tens place, I obviously can't subtract 5. So I'm going to go ahead and draw this in. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then I need to unbundle this and get it all the way over to there, because I need to once again subtract 9 from over there, and I can't do that yet because I've only got 7 in the ones place. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And now I can go ahead and do my subtraction. So of course I need to subtract 9. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and I'm left with 8 right here. Then in the middle, I need to subtract 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'm left with 4. And then way over here on the edge, I'm just subtracting 3. I'm left with 1. So I have 148. Now I'm going to come over here and solve this vertically as well. So obviously I can't take 9 away from 7, so I'm going to have to do a little bit of unbundling. So what we have here is I'm taking apart my hundreds, and just like over here, I ended up with 4 in the hundreds place, and then I ended up with a 9 in the tens place because I immediately unbundled this 10 right here and moved it over. So instead of 7 over there, I ended up with 17, right? So 17 minus 9 equals 8. 9 minus 5 equals 4. And 4 minus 3 equals 1. So I have 148 and 148. Now this problem right here, 2b, is pretty much exactly the same, so we're going to go ahead and solve this on the place value chart and vertically as well. So I need to be able to take 2 away in the tens place and 1 away in the ones, and 9 away in the ones place. I'm going to have to do a little bit of unbundling still. So I'm going to take this apart and move it over. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And immediately, boom, take that apart. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then I can go ahead and do my subtractions. I need to take 9 away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, which leaves me with 9 left over here. And then I can move on to my tens place, where I only have to subtract 2. Yeah, 2, sorry. 1, 2. And so that leaves me with 7, and then I need to subtract 5 from right here, so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, which leaves me with 1, so I get the answer of 179. Alright, so I'm going to come over here and do my vertical now. So I have 8 minus 9, which obviously I can't do. So when I take a look at this, my little magnifying glass, I know that I'm going to have to do quite a bit of unbundling. So, just like over there, I take one of my hundreds apart, which leaves me with 6. I put 9 of my tens right there, and one of them over here, which gives me 18 minus 9, which is 9. Then I have 9 minus 2, which is 7. 6 minus 5, which is 1. So I come up with 179. Alright, so we're going to move on to this problem now. And it says to choose a strategy to solve and explain why we chose this strategy. So I'm actually going to use the minuend and add to that to get to 600. So I'm taking 437 and adding to that until I get to 600. So let's go ahead and get started. So I'm going to go ahead and take 437. I'm going to get that to the next 10 because that's always going to be a little bit easier to add. So I'm going to go 437 plus 3 equals 440. Then I'm going to try and get to the next 100 because that really is going to make it a lot easier on me when it comes time to add all of this up. So I know that 40 plus 60 is going to make the next 100. I'm going to go plus 60 right here. So 440 plus 60 equals 500. Then from there, I just have to get to 600. So I know that I'm going to have to do plus 100 equals 600. Okay, and so like in that earlier problem that we did, when we do this and we're adding to get to solve a subtraction problem, we need to take all of these little guys and add them up. So I've got 100 plus 60 plus 3, which is 163, of course, equals 163. Now, when I come over here to the explanation, I'm going to try and explain why I chose that way, okay? And so when we're thinking about solving subtraction by using addition, a lot of times it's quicker to count on rather than, say, drawing a place value chart. In this case, I could see that there was going to be quite a bit of unbundling on the place value chart and a lot of drawing. So right here is where I would write, hey, I chose to count on and use the arrow method because I thought it would be faster. Okay? Now, moving on to this problem, we see that 597 is really, really close to the next 100. So I'm going to go ahead and use compensation for this problem. And when we see that one of the minuend is a lot closer, is really close to the next 100, this is a good method to use because it makes it pretty simple, really, in the end, once you understand how to do this. So I'm going to go ahead and draw out my little bars, tape diagram. Alright, so I have 808, and I have 597. Now to get from 597 to the next 100, I just need to add 3, right? I mean, if I add it to one of these numbers, I have to do it to the other. And so my new math problem is 811 minus 600. Now, this one is pretty easy to do in our heads, right? Because we know that 8 minus 6 is 2, therefore 800 minus 600 is going to be 200, and 811 minus 600 is going to be 211. And really, I chose this because, like I said, 597 is really close to the next 100, and I could make this problem a whole lot easier just by adding 3 to 597, making it an even 600, and making it so that you can pretty much do it in your head, and that's kind of what you would write right here. So hopefully this is helpful.